So what's up, everybody? So 2 days ago, Truegold 5 got unlocked for our kingdom. And as soon as that happened, the price of Truegold dropped. And so I just want to kind of make this as a public service announcement that, it's better not to stockpile for it if you can just wait. Because let me just show you real quick. Over here, sorry, let me go to events. Here you can see like the custom selection. This is where you can get Truegold for a fairly decent price. It's gone up to $320 each, which is $960 for $100. Previously, this was at $240 or $260 each. Additionally, if you go to the the weekly packs, this went up too. This went from 20 when you buy it upfront to 24, and then this used to be 12, but now it's gone to 10 plus this, random box. But the least you're ever gonna get out of that is 5, and you can get up to 100. So it's much better. I mean, the chance of getting 100 is less than 1%, and you got a pretty good chance of getting 5%, but still, you'll hit it eventually. So that's kind of nice. And so those are the ones that kind of increase the most. In addition to this, you also get the Truegold Crucible. And what this is doing, it starts at 5, and then it goes to 10, then it goes to 20, then 30, then 40, then 50. And you can see kind of like I'm not telling you here. Maybe it tells you here. So it tells you what the chances are getting these different ones, right? So I think that you usually are going to get about 10 per day on this. So that comes to about 300 extra Truegold you didn't have before. And if you guys are in a kingdom that hasn't hit Truegold, let me just tell you the other ways you can get it. First is through the intel missions. You get like one here, one here, one here, two here. So essentially, you're getting about 5 each time this is coming around. And since you get 3 times a day, it's about 15 you could potentially get, which is another 450. And then the last one you get is through these daily deals. Let me just show you real quick. Through the daily deals, you're going to get 5 here and 5 here, and I believe that's all of them you're going to get. So in total, you've got like 300 here, 300 through the Truegold Crucible, and then 450 from the Watchtower events. So, it's a decent amount. It looks like about a little over 1,000 a month. So not a bad deal. Now, if you've never experienced Truegold and you want to know what the real deal is about it, I mean, it's one of those things that is, harder to get than resources because you can't just farm them. You got to go through these different events and whatnot. But let me just say it for the record. It seems like they're also giving away more free Truegold in these events. Like, for instance, this is the second event like this we've had, and each of these is giving out a significant amount of Truegold. This is 12, 12, 12, 12, and I think these each are 6, and this is 42. So if you clear this board, I believe the total is 100. So you're kind of getting, like, I've had 2 events of this almost back-to-back where I've gotten 100 Truegold just from playing the little events. So it seems like it's becoming more abundant now that we've hit Truegold 5. But, it doesn't do much for you if you're in Truegold 3. But if you have not even touched Truegold at all, let me just explain what it does. I believe that these up here, these little 10% increases, come from Truegold 1 once you unlock it. But Truegold 3 is where it really starts kicking off, and you get these big, big bonuses. Like here, you got a 10% chance of dealing 50% extra damage. That's at TG3. That is a huge skill right there. And then if you come over here at TG5, you can see how each of these things increase slightly. The attack, defense, health, lethality. But here, this thing is going up to 30% chance to deal 50% damage. So you've gone from 20% to 30%. It's like a 50% increase when you get to TG5. For stables, they've got kind of the basic same top 2 skills, which is increased damage dealt against archers by 10%, and this will skip 20% chance to bypass infantry and attack the archers directly. And then right here is where your TG3 skill is. And this has a 10% chance to deal double damage. So that's a pretty good one. Now, if you get to TG5, that's, again, going to go up 50%. So now you're looking at 15% chance to deal double damage. And then finally is the infantry. Infantry's got the same thing. Increased damage dealt against cavalry by 10%. Increased defense against cavalry by 10%. And then finally, you've got your Truegold 3 skill, which is 25% chance to reduce incoming damage by 36%. It's a big skill. Now when you get to TG5, same thing. It's going to increase by 50%. And now you've got a 37.5% chance to reduce incoming damage by 36%. These skills are really important. You kind of see them in some of these reports I have. First and foremost, it seems like the longer battle lasts or the stronger the people are, the more triggers you get. So, for instance, with this guy who attacked, he was just doing for points, obviously. But he attacked with 135 to our million. And if you look at the battle details, there aren't very many triggers of anything. This triggered once. It got 2,500 kills, and that was the only kills that infantry got. Wasn't even triggered with cavalry. It was triggered twice with infantry. But for whatever reason, infantry never seems to really get kills at all. But if you go to like one of these more like a rally defender victory, and let me go to the strongest one. Here's Tiger. So Tiger's the strongest offensively. And here we had... So you can see here, like, this got triggered 19 times. His got triggered 12 times, this TG3 skill. Here we're talking about 2 and 2, but you can see, like, these are getting a significant amount of kills. This is 19,000 kills, and the other skills are getting, like, 74,000. So, but that's a still significant buff there. And then for cavalry, the only kills he's getting... I mean, for archers, the only kills he's getting is really with the skill. 7,000 kills just by the skill. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, if you have Marlin on the other side, you can see like he got significantly more. And let me just digress for 1 second. This is something I still can't figure out. Like, here's his damage dealt, 50% chance by 50%, so that's a 25-25. This skill always gets killed. This skill always gets kills. Has a 40% chance of increasing damage dealt by 50% all squads. So it's a 20% chance, but this never gets kills. So I'm not sure why that is, but for whatever reason, when I've seen these reports, it seems like this is the only skill that gets kills. I'm not saying these skills aren't important and they don't maybe soften it up or whatever, but that seems to be the case. But anyway, so that's the overview of Truegold and how these skills are so important in this. So hopefully you find that useful.